A long, long time ago, there lived a civilization of great power. They lived in a world called the canonical plane. They built a city, and within that city, they built a palace where they held the secret of the Holy Cross and understood the nature of reality. They seek more power to grow their kingdom, to advance their technology, so they venture to the far shore to find power. The far shore is another world, separate from the canonical plane, another plane of reality, and probably the realm of the dead. Some people worship the beings from the far shore. They worship them in the monastery that was built on top of a place of power, the place where their gods slumber deep beneath the earth. But regardless of that, the Fox civilization dug deep beneath the monastery, and they found a new kind of power, fossils of self, a hardened vision of the future. Now I believe these fossils are fragments of souls, because we see them when we slay an enemy, and also when we are slain ourselves. They put these fossils inside sarcophagi and buried them into the ground. They used the power of the fossils to power up their city. They used it to create light, open doors, and even to create war points. Now some even say that it is the key to the power to defy death. One day, the hero who discovered the fossil dug deeper than ever before and found a tomb deep below the monastery, the rooted ziggurat. They opened the tomb and found a horrible truth. They found the soul of their ancestors, the very gods that the people worship in the monastery. And the fossils, as I've mentioned before, are fragments of the ancestors' soul. The hero revealed this truth. They brought one of the gods into the swamp and crucified it. And then the hero drank the blood of the god, because the blood of the god contains a power, the power to defy death. The hero inherits the power of the god, and they took the title of the first heir. A cathedral was built to respect this occasion. People started to leave the monastery for the cathedral to seek that power. The followers of the cathedral were given the blood of the god to drink, and they were granted the grace of holy oblivion. Now the word oblivion means the condition of not remembering, a state marked by lack of awareness or consciousness. So in a way, they have gained the power to defy death at the cost of their souls. Meanwhile, outside the cathedral, the Fox civilization keeps using the power of the fossils, a power from the far shore. This power bleeds into every corner of the kingdom. The power of the far shore starts leaking into the canonical plane. One day, a tear between worlds was opened, and from that tear came beings from another world, the disquiet beings. The Fox civilization built mighty siege engines to fight the disquiet beings, but they lost the war. Only one siege engine was left, and it resides in the fortress of the Eastern Fold. In their desperation, the Fox civilization built the Shadow Oubliette, a prison for the heir, to contain the heir's power, or rather, to use the heir's power as a light source, not different from the sarcophagi that were used to power the city. But this oubliette was made to keep the darkness of the far shore away from the canonical plane, to act as a gate between the two worlds. The oubliette slowly saps away the power of the heir. As time goes by, the light grows dimmer and weaker, and so the heir calls for the ruin seeker to replace them as the light of the canonical plane. In the oubliette, the ruin seekers were tested by the heir to see if they are powerful enough to light the canonical plane, to be the heir of the heir. If the ruin seeker fails, they are forgiven and disappear. Their last echoes wander the grave in front of the cathedral. However, if a ruin seeker succeeds, they will replace the hero as the new light of the canonical plane. They became the heir of the heir, and will be imprisoned in shadow oubliette. But soon enough, they too will grow weak and start calling for another ruin seeker to replace their weakening self. Now this is where your story begins. When the previous heir grows weaker, she calls for you, a ruin seeker, to release her from her prison, to test whether you are strong enough to replace her. Should you defeat her, you will take her place and be imprisoned in the oubliette, until a new ruin seeker dethrone your place. But there is another way to break the cyclical curse. You must invoke a relic from beyond this canonical plane. This relic is the guidebook that you collect during your adventure. It contains knowledge and wisdom about the nature of reality. With the help of the Holy Cross, the book will show you a golden path, a path of wisdom. The wisdom to shun the canonical place and to keep darkness of the far shore away. So, will you take your rightful place, extinguish the beacon's last spark, and become a fresh martyr? Or will you share your wisdom? But as we have learned from the past, wisdom that is untempered by kindness is no wisdom at all. Be free. Hi all, thank you for watching this video. Now, this is a weird video for me to make. If you don't know, this channel is a music channel where I post videos of video game cover songs or my own songs. Check out my other videos if you are interested. I take a break from making music because things happen in life and I don't have the time and energy to create music right now, so I'm very sorry to my subscriber. I hope I can make music videos again.